Hey guys, it's Rob. I thought I would go on my little walk and have a conversation with you. So, well, I'll come back and get the package on the porch in a minute. All right, so today is Friday as I'm recording this, and we have had the Power of Two open for 2 days. So the first thing I always like to tell everybody is my relationship with everybody on my list is actually more important than anything. And that's not like a disclaimer necessarily. It's just really kind of like the truth. And I've been very excited, as you know, about Power of Two. Originally, I was just about, I think I put in one of my other emails or a video or something like that. I was actually just about to tell you about something, another crypto opportunity. To grow crypto and get more crypto and stuff like that, which is what I think is really, really smart to do right now. And totally different than this. The other thing I was going to tell you about is actually a full-on company and board of directors, and it's like set up by like bankers and stuff like that. Really, really cool, and I'll tell you about it. But this is like a diversion that I just couldn't resist because, as I've said so many times, I looked at one of the other smart contracts, and I love the whole idea of smart contracts. They will no doubt be the future. And I saw 1 million people go into this other one, and people made just insane money. So that was kind of why I decided to take this little detour. And the detour might, last a good while because it's all about creating multiple streams of income. I know most of you guys can really relate to that. And we make some crypto here, we make some crypto here. Make some money doing this, make some money doing that. That's kind of what everything is about. And so I didn't hold back. In my email the other day, I said the launch that these guys had for Power of Two was like horrible. It was the most stressful launch I think I've ever done or been part of. And I've launched my own companies that have done tens of millions of dollars. I've been in a lot of different startups. I've been one of the first guys in a lot of different launches, and this was just, it was chaotic. It was just really bad. They honestly, they really did a bad job about it. And so you're thinking like, well, why am I recording a video about this? And there was a lot of problems, and if you're actually in this right now, you probably experienced some of it. And so I'm going to transition in just a second to the State of the Union in my mind and where everything is. And so this is a really different kind of a deal. And I explained usually I like to get into something that's like a real legit company and I know the owner and all the kind of stuff like that. But this is different because these smart contracts move really, really fast. And it is a crazy world that we're in right now. I mean, it's COVID-19. There are jillions of opportunities that are out there, but you got to know somebody. You got to be connected. And it just so happened that I am, and I was, and by extension, you are, through me. And so the way that the opportunity was and is was that there's a lot of people. I was told about 50,000 waiting to come in. And my sponsor was basically the first guy in. And there was no company link. It was just going to be, you got your link from your sponsor, you signed up, got a link, and sent it to the next person. So in my mind, I envision like a really long train, if you will. And thus you, we get to sit in the front car of the train. And there's all these train cars behind us all the way back to the caboose. I don't like to join when I'm back toward the caboose. I like to join and sit in the first car toward the engine. If I can take as many of you with me as I can, I do. And so anyhow, that was what really appealed to me because I thought, oh my God, like I can pay my house off with this probably in 3 or 4 or 5 months. So, pretty good gamble, pretty good risk, if you will. Put my other project on hold for just a minute. So as I said, I don't like to hold back. It's more important to me that I develop the relationship. So pretty bumpy ride, okay. I'll put it that way. It was a pretty bumpy ride. And that part of the reason, by the way, is I figured out later now that there was about probably 100 to 150 people per minute signing up in this. Per minute signing up. 100 to 150 people signing up per minute. So that, needless to say, they caused some problems, and so some of my link, when I sent it out, it didn't work. It was just bad. So now part to the good part, okay? So this has been open for a couple of days, and there is no two ways about it. I just looked at the numbers of people in this, and there's over 11,000 people, okay? So as much as I would rant and talk about how, the launch, and they delayed it a few times, and just it was bad communication all the way around. As much as I will rant about that, they have 11,000 people in this in 2 days. That's insane. 11,000 people in 2 days is crazy. And the other company that has 1 million people in it, they had 400 people in the very first day. 400 people, which is still crazy to have 400 people in a day. This has I think it's 11,600 I just saw. That's crazy. And that's actually having some problems. So there's two parts to the comp plan, and I'll just tell you, what they are quickly. Is that there's the X Factor, which is this worldwide global line. Everybody comes in, they're date and time stamped in a single file line all around the world. So everybody that I put in, everybody you put in, we all go into this single file line. They changed that around a little bit in the last 4, 5, 6 days, last week, to say if it's your first 2 people, then they're going to follow you directly. And then the rest, I guess, that you sponsored, they're going to go back to the end of the line. But that ensures that when you first refer somebody in, that you get those first couple of people. So otherwise it wouldn't work, because why am I going to put 50 or 60 people or 70 people in something in 3, 4, 5 days or a week, and somebody else is going to put none or 1, and then all my people are going to go to somebody else? I wouldn't do it. The other part of the comp plan is the Unilevel, which is just perfect, because Unilevel is a worker kind of a program. I think of each one, I think of the power line like communism, like why should I work hard when somebody else is not going to do anything? Or why should I do anything when somebody else is going to work hard, conversely, right? And the other side's like capitalism, I think, because like I get exactly what I put in, and the people that I help, and so I make money. And so I like the Unilevel. And the Unilevel, both of them are sick. One problem though, and they've actually changed this, thank goodness, that I thought about this, is I knew in the initial beginning it was going to actually move really well, the power line, the X Factor part. And but people would ask me, do you have to sponsor people? And I said, no, you don't actually have to sponsor people, but one of the things that the company said is you can join for free, you don't have to sponsor anybody, and you're going to get 2 people underneath you. Well, who does? And if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade for $10. So who doesn't want to, is not interested in that? I mean, everybody, of course, is interested in that. The problem a little bit in the conversation that I had with everybody was like, don't not sponsor anybody, because if you think about it, if you're going to take 2 people out of this whole power line stuff, you want to at least put 2 people back in. Otherwise, it's going to start to slow down. Don't sign up your mama. Don't sign up your little brother. Don't try to stack multiple positions for yourself, because it will create an exponential slowdown, because every single account would need to have 2 other accounts, right? And so if those 2 other accounts aren't bringing anybody else, what's going to happen? So that was a couple of things. Number 1 was that it's free, and number 2, that you could create a free account, and then number 2 was that the whole like, hey, don't, on the honor system, don't sign up too many people. Well, or don't sign up, just sign up yourself. Well, I signed up just myself. I know, and I heard of somebody that signed up 20 accounts, which pisses me off, quite honestly. And a few, some other people got a couple of accounts or something like that. I still only have just 1 account. So they had a problem where it kind of did bog down. It did pretty quickly. And what it was they have a whole number of accounts that are free accounts. Probably that are free accounts that there's nobody referring in, and there is nobody, not only nobody referring in, but then they didn't even pay any money. And I think they're just kind of sitting there waiting. So the power line slowed down to where actually, I think in the last day, I really haven't seen any more money. I made some pretty good money, by the way. And I know a lot of you guys, I've talked to a lot of you guys who have made money. And, I made pretty good money for one day, I will say. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting a freaking ton, but it was good. It was good. And so, look at where I am at the park down here in that nice kids shooting black baskets. So anyhow, the power line part slowed down because of all these free accounts. So I thought to myself, I wonder how's this going to turn out? And so this surprised me today. So the two things that they did, okay, this is what I wanted to get to. There's three main things. The first one is there is two ways about it that there is 11,600 people, or maybe I could say accounts, but I have to think most people have one account. So I'm thinking in my mind, maybe on the average, there's 1.1 accounts per person or something. That's a lot of people. There's over 10,000 people, I'm sure, in this, just individuals. So first of all, don't get more than one account, okay? Don't try to get 2 or 3 accounts. It's not cool, man. Like it messes up everybody. It's the honor system. Just get one account, okay? Secondly is I'm so happy that they did this. I was told yesterday that they removed the free option. So it's $10. And their talk off had been, it's free to join, you get 2 people underneath you, and if you want to upgrade, it's still the same thing to say, hey, I got this deal and it only costs $10 to get in. Like, it's the same thing. Whether it's free or it's $10, it's the same, okay? Then what I've been telling everybody is that what you should do is, if you're going to join, then join and bring in a couple of people. Don't bring your mama. Like, bring a couple people that can bring a couple people, but bring a couple people that would bring a couple of people. So that when they get 2 people underneath them, they're putting at least a couple people back in. It doesn't have to be 2, it could be 20, it could be, 30, 10, 5, 7, 8. But bring people that are going to actually want to actually contribute and be part of it. So what they've done is they actually removed the free part, and then this is what's interesting. They want to have it move, and so once you start a smart contract, you can't stop it. So the first position, which is called ID number 1, has obviously the most amount of money. It's the very first position in the whole thing, and so everything flows up, and so ID number 1 has the most amount of money. So what they're going to do is they've identified, hey, if all these free positions just had money in it, then the X Factor part begins to move again and roll again, and so we'll start to see cycles again. $5, $10, $20, whatever it would be. Right now it's bogged down with these free accounts. So what they're going to do is they're going to take the money from ID number 1, and they're going to pay $10, that's the minimum to get in, into each of the free accounts. Now that struck me because they don't have to do that. That really was interesting for me. And so they said that they're going to start to do it sequentially from the top down, and they're going to start to put $10 into each of these accounts to get it all moving. That was really surprising. So I'm going to wait and see how overall that turns out. But I will tell you, I've talked to a lot of people, and there was a little bit of, people were a little, where's my, I got in and I haven't got anybody, I haven't got any sponsors, whatever. So there's those people, and then I've talked to some other people that said, hey, I brought a few people, and I made money. Talked to a guy today that I think he referred a couple of people, 3 people maybe. One guy referred a bunch, and who referred a bunch, and I think he told me he made $2,000. I've got another friend that referred in. Trying to think how many people he referred in. A lot of them he loaned money originally to as well, a little bit to get them in, and he told me that he made $2,000. So in a day. So if you think about it, that was in a day. So that's actually not really that bad. So both of them are pretty optimistic. They know there's little bumps and bumpy ride and stuff like that, but they're pretty optimistic. Another guy asked me, he goes, where's the products? Because they're supposed to be digital products. Well, the digital products that they talked about were only from a couple of weeks ago, and they had this whole idea, like, we could actually put products in here, digital products. Those were never going to actually come until a few weeks after we launched. So I think that'll be really cool too, when they have digital products that are in here and stuff. So the summary of everything that I'm telling you right now is, yeah, it was bumpy getting in. Yes, I made some money. Yes, a lot of you made some money. And if you haven't made a lot of money or a little, or maybe you haven't made any, I'm actually really encouraged by turning the free stuff off, and then I'm very encouraged by them paying out of their pocket back in to get these free accounts paid. So I think that'll be pretty cool. And then the thing I'm also really encouraged on, the numbers are the numbers, is that there's 11,600 people in this in 2 days. That alone is like, wow, that's pretty insane. So I'm going to be watching it closely. If you've been thinking about, on the fence or whatever, or maybe you tried originally to use my account to log in or to join, try it again. I know that it's working today. I had a few people actually sign up today. But the summary of everything was a little bit of a bumpy start. Not a little bit, it was a lot. It was a lot, a bumpy start. But I like what I've heard. And I like the plan. And it was this plan that surprised me, because I thought to myself, they actually don't have to do that. And they also, the other part of this is, I thought to myself, they had probably be damn sure that that's what the issue was that, because why would you pay money out of your account, before you knew? If you're the programmer, you wouldn't pay money until you knew that was actually what it was, because why would you? So I like that, and I like even when stuff doesn't go smoothly, that people step up, and so they've done that. They've had some telegrams, or they've had some posts in Telegram, and then they've also had some webinars and things like that. So starting tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, there's a regular webinar, a Zoom meeting. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern. There'll be another one at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to remain optimistic, prayerfully optimistic, good thoughts and things like that about everything. I'm not currently thinking that I'm going to pay my house off right now, but am I thinking that I can make some good money and that you can make some good money? I wouldn't be doing the video if I didn't think so. And maybe with the size of how big this is in the whole, like, oh my God, we're going to get, I don't know, maybe there's, you have big ambitions and you have big obstacles type of a thing. But I like these things. I like turning the free off. I like the numbers that we have. I like the fact that people have already made money, even with challenges, with the stuff that they had. There was challenges with people signing up and the number of people coming in. And I like the fact that they're actually going to, pay these free accounts. That's insane. So don't create any more accounts. Bring a couple people in yourself. This is an easy thing. All you got to do is invite people to the Zoom, and we get paid immediately. There's no fees. It's 100%. And it is working. I am making money. Every time I hit my wallet, it's kind of gone up a little bit. And I believe it'll happen for you too. So, all right, that's my message. Talk to you guys later. I'll see you on the Zoom tomorrow. Take care.